Very excited to be on the phone. 6-time Grammy winner and artist just synonymous with Christian music over the last several decades. We are thrilled to be speaking with Amy Grant. Hi, Amy.
Good morning, Doug.
Hey, thanks so much for calling us this morning. We sure appreciate it. And very excited to be welcoming the Live Life Together tour coming to the Majestic Theater on Sunday, April 24th. Can't wait for it.
Well, I love that day, and that was my mother's birthday.
Oh, wow. So special significance.
Yes, and I've got to tell you, I have never done an evening with 3 artists like this, 3 women, and we knew from the first night this was something really special. And I'm just so excited we're coming to San Antonio. It is, I would be happy if this tour lasted the whole year.
Well, it sounds like an amazing one. You got a couple very talented artists with you, Nicole Nordeman and Ellie Holcomb. So that's a lot of musical gifts showcased on one stage for sure.
Yes. And you know what's fun is that we are all at different stages in life. We're all women, but it's like every topic that comes up, we're looking at it from 3 different decades.
Sure.
You know? And I don't know, it's just the storytelling is great. The honesty and vulnerability is so natural. And the music is so compelling. I'm calling this all the lyric junkies.
Very nice.
Yeah, and we're touring with an exceptional band, amazing session players from Nashville, and just a great night of music. It's one of the last night. The promoter's father came up after the show, and he was all teary. And you know, I'm thinking we have such an estrogen overload. I had no idea what he was going to say, but he said, "I have been a drummer all my life, and what I've done is business." And he said, the music tonight, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to play drums. And he's in his late 50s.
Oh, okay.
And for him, it was not even about the message. It was just about what came off the stage musically. And I thought, have at it. That is so fantastic.
That's really neat. Yeah, absolutely. Very cool.
Yeah. So
a little jam session, I guess.
Yes, yeah. I mean, music is always fun. And then, you know, you put a message on top of it that makes you have new energy to live life, and it's a home run.
Absolutely. That sounds great. Now, of course, the Live Life Together tour is what it's called. You started in the Pacific Northwest, and you're making your way towards the Alamo City through California. And how's the tour been going so far? I know you're just getting started into it, and a lot of exciting cities that you're bringing that message and music to.
Yes, it's just going great. You know, it's funny because last night somebody referenced a song that Nicole and I had recorded together for the Story Project. She wrote a song that's about Ruth and Naomi called Be With You.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I just met her. I mean, I've met her a couple of times, but we've never even really had a conversation. And she and I sang that song in the studio. And my feeling, honestly, is that after this tour is over, which was called Live Life Together, I think she and I will have a totally different friendship. And I said, wouldn't it be weird if because of work, hers and my relationship became like that song that we sang? All that to say, I think we're going to be lifelong friends because of this tour.
That's awesome. I imagine it is a unique experience where you like you said, you've got kind of 3 generations of performers on stage on one tour, and such a cohesive message. I imagine that really is a bonding experience for everybody involved. Yeah,
I hope it is. You know, and everybody, the audiences go from young girls to gray hairs. You know, and it's a great evening for a multi-generational experience.
That's great.
Yeah.
Over your musical career, you've had so much success from gospel to, of course, contemporary Christian and mainstream pop music. Is there a particular genre that really is especially fun for you to write and perform in, or are they kind of all your children, so to speak?
Well, I love all kinds of music, you know, the things that I do and all the music in the world that becomes a part of life, because music is, you know, just without a lyric, music soothes us and energizes us. And so, you know, I'm just a huge fan of everything from classical to country. Those are great story songs. And I do think that music helps us understand different aspects of culture.
Sure.
And that creativity, even if you hear something and you go, I'm offended by that or I'm appalled by that, it's a representation of part of our world. And then you go, oh my goodness, art helps us articulate who we are, define who we are, but it also helps shape culture.
Sure.
And so that makes me not ever want to retire, because I go, whatever voice I have from the vantage point of a woman who lives a life that's directed by faith, it matters, and being a voice in the culture matters.
Your newest album, it's called "Be Still and Know: Hymns and Faith," and now this album really kind of shows the foundation of your musical journey, right?
Yes, and it's funny. I grew up with hymns; they were the wallpaper of my childhood. My children do not have that same experience, and they did not grow up with hymns. And so, this record, I feel like hymns should constantly be represented to the listening audiences, because there's so much depth. This record is not all hymns. It has some other songs on there that are just life songs. One in particular I did not write, so I'm really going to brag on it. It's a song called "Deep as It Is Wide," and it's a song written by Eric Pasley, who is a country music artist.
Sure, yeah.
And his mom and dad were missionaries in somewhere in the Far East. Anyway, but he and Sheryl Crow and I do this song as a musical conversation, and it's about the love of God and heaven. And that's one of my favorite moments on the record.
Amazing. That sounds great. So for those who have not been to an Amy Grant concert before, and especially with a concert like this where you've got two really talented folks who are opening up for you, what can folks expect from this concert coming up on Sunday?
Well, a fun thing that we decided was to not have an opener. I actually open the show.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I come out and do one song by myself, and then I invite Nicole and Ellie to come out, and they help me do my next song. And then, with every show, my intent is to make whatever size hall we're in, whether it's an arena or a coffee shop, it should feel like a living room. I want it to feel like everybody's just sitting around having a musical conversation.
Very cool.
So we're all on stage the whole time, and sometimes singing background with each other, and we just toss the microphone back and forth. It's such a lovely way to share music.
That's great. Yeah, I didn't realize that it was that kind of format. That's going to be a really unique concert to see. I'm really looking forward to Sunday.
Oh, good.
Now, tell us a little bit. I know that World Vision is presenting the tour, and, of course, a great organization to work with. What is your relationship, your connection with them? How did that all come about?
Well, this tour is actually the first time I've ever worked with World Vision. I have been involved with other organizations and continue to be. Just the need around the globe is too much of a weight for one group to carry.
Sure.
And we're specifically targeting young women. Yeah, I just think because Nicole and Ellie and I are all mothers, and just the plight of children that are without hope and have zero opportunity. Nicole said something last night. She said, there is no such thing as other people's children. They're all our children. And so just to be involved with World Vision and use our platform to help them get more people involved on a one-on-one basis with a child in a part of the world where especially young women have zero hope, zero opportunity, and they don't even have a chance of maximizing the potential of who they were created to be through education or job opportunities. It's just such a natural fit.
Absolutely. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Very, very good cause. So we're speaking with Amy Grant. Concert's coming up Sunday night, Majestic Theater. And this is going to be a really unique opportunity for everybody to see, as you were describing earlier, all three of you on stage at the same time, kind of doing the multi-artist role on stage. I just can't wait to see that.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Last night I talked to a woman who was my age, who came with her mother. I talked to a woman who was 10 years younger than I am, that came with her daughter. And even the way people go out in the lobby afterwards, and you just see how there's somebody within their age group for them to gravitate toward. I've never participated in anything like this musically. And trust me, every city I go to, I'm calling the people I know saying, get down here. I don't care if you've seen me 100 times and hate my songs. You need to show up at this. Because this night, it's different. It's different. And that's exciting.
It's going to be a fun night.
Hey, Doug, yes, I'm going to have to run because they've got these interviews booked for me back to back.
Great. Well, Amy, thank you so much for taking the time with us this morning.